you just give us a little bit of team news, please? Who's available, and maybe how some of your injured ones are progressing and when we might see them?
Yeah, from last week, last game, Ben Davis obviously came on with hamstring, so probably looking at about a month or so for him out. Gio was also similarly, although it's a bit harder to sort of diagnose where he's at the moment. We're going to sort of send him for further tests Monday to see exactly what the issue is, but he'll miss this weekend. Dane Scarlett's picked up an injury as well at training, so he'll miss out. And that's it really. And then sort of coming back, the only one that's sort of joined the main group today has been Romero. And that's it, I think. Everyone else who's injured still training away from the main group.
Is Romero close?
Well, he's just sort of started training, so fair to say, probably might be a bit quick this weekend.
Okay. You obviously have made a couple of signings this week, nice and early as you wanted in the window. Radu Dragusin, we've seen the clips, we've seen the sort of stats, but what do you like about him, particularly as a player, but also as a person? How will he fit into what you're trying to do here? Yeah,
look, obviously we knew that sort of that position was a priority position for us. Going into the January window, we kind of went through the first half of the year. We let sort of Davis and Sanchez go after the window closed, so we kind of knew that if the right opportunity came in January, that we had to sort of try and bring somebody in, and so we did a fair bit of work on it. And once we got sort of closer to the time where we had to make a decision about which way to go, Johan and his team sort of did a lot of background work on it, and I think he's just a good fit for us from a football perspective. Certainly he has some great attributes as a young player. And after my chats with him, obviously as a person as well, I think he's come here sort of with the right motivations about why he wants to make the next step and why Tottenham's the right club for him. So I think he'll fit in really well with the group we've got here at the moment. There's quite a few of them sort of at a similar age bracket, and part of that process is hopefully we can build a team that sort of grows together, and I'm sure he'll be a good fit for that.
We know a lot more about Timo Werner. We've seen a bit more of him in the Premier League, but what do you want to see from him in a Spurs shirt over the next few months?
Look, again, I thought it was just a real good opportunity for us. When it was presented to me, before the new year, that we kind of knew, particularly with Sonny going away for such a period of time, and we still felt we probably needed another player in the front third, and whilst centre back was a priority, if a good opportunity came. We wanted to move fairly quickly, and again, I had a good chat to Johan about it, and I thought Timo would be a really good fit for us stylistically. Certainly has the attributes we look for in a player in that space. He can play all three positions, which adds kind of some real depth for us and, and quality in the front third. And again, after I had a chat to him, he's really motivated. He really likes the opportunity that Tottenham can give him in terms of where he's at in his career, and I think he can add to us as a group.
Charlie.
Hi, Ange. Just staying on Timo, he said you both had a chat before he came, and he spoke about the flexibility that he has in attack. With Son obviously away for the next month or so, do you think it's likely we'll see him playing out on the left, and where do you see him specifically fitting into that attack?
No, I think part of the attraction was that he can play sort of left, right. He can play through the middle, and as I said, with Sonny away, obviously, we've still got a fairly extensive injury list, and we've kind of used Deki, Kulusevski, in the wide areas in midfield, and I just think having Timo in gives us that flexibility and opportunity to play him anywhere there, depending on the game. Can change it during the game, so. That was part of the appeal, that I think he's equally comfortable in all those areas.
Just one more for me. Looking ahead to Manchester United, they've been inconsistent this season. So what are you expecting? What can you expect from them on Sunday?
I think you go to these games expecting them to be at their best. Like I said, they've been inconsistent, but when they've played well, they're still a very, very good football side, and they've certainly got some real quality right throughout their team, and particularly at Old Trafford. You know, it's going to be a difficult game. The supporters will be behind them, so we're expecting a tough game. You know, great challenge for us, but you know, so far, you know, in those kind of venues, in the bigger stadiums against the top teams, so far we've done fairly well, but it'll be another good challenge for us come Sunday.
Ian.
Hi, Ange. How are you?
Good, thanks, mate.
Hugo Lloris has gone. Harry Kane's gone. Eric's gone to Bayern Munich as well. Feels like there's been a real changing of the guard here in the last few months. Do you feel like this is now getting towards being your team?
No, it's been my team from day one. You know, I take responsibility for the team from the moment I arrived, and I haven't felt like it's anyone else's team but mine from the first day. But as you said, and I've said a few times that you know, the club made a conscious decision that kind of to pivot and change in the way we went about things, and for that to happen, you need to also have change in personnel. And as you said, Hugo left, and Eric moves on to another sort of chapter in his career. He's another one who's had a fantastic career here at Tottenham. You know, he's left his mark. He was part of a very, very good football side that made many great memories for our supporters here, and I think he certainly leaves his mark on his time here at Tottenham, and he moves to another big club and hopefully has success in his next career. And for us, it's just a constant sort of evolution of trying to inch forward and step forward to becoming sort of the team we want to be. And as I keep saying, we're still at the early stages of that.
Timo Werner was a little bit unlucky at Chelsea, in fact, in terms of the fact that when he arrived, it was during COVID. Largely, most of his career was played during that uncertain season where we had no crowds and then limited crowds back. His time at Chelsea doesn't make him a bad player, but how much is it for you as a manager to kind of prove to everybody in England he is a good player by what he shows at Spurs?
Yeah, again, I don't look too much into that. I kind of look at, I always, when talking about bringing players in, for me, it's do I see them, playing in the football team that I've got right now and I want to create. And if I do see them from a football perspective, then it's about understanding where they are in their lives and their own sort of careers. And obviously Timo was at a point where he was looking for something to sort of change from his current status, and there was a possibility that moving was one of those options. And I said, once I spoke to him, it's about where he's at now. What's happened in the past is not really relevant. It's he's still as good age. He's still very motivated. He's got national team aspirations. And he wants to play at the highest possible level. And this football club offers him that opportunity now.